Avengers Infinity War.
Boom.
So,
Spoiler.
thoughts. We've just come out. We're going to do the spoiler review first of Avengers Infinity War. Well, it's all gone off, hasn't it?
It's all gone a bit mad. Didn't expect that, did you?
I expected parts of it, but not everything. So we might as well just get into what happened.
Let's do it.
They've all gone. Half of them have gone.
They've gone.
He's
Just
obviously
disappeared into thin air.
He's obviously clicked his fingers, as he does in the comics. He's got all the stones, and they're in a spot of bother.
Yes, they are. Didn't expect the whole of the Guardians of the Galaxy to go.
Oh, yeah, they
-1.
did.
-1. Okay.
Oh yeah, Rocket's still going.
Rocket's
I mean, they're going to
going.
be back. I mean, we've just come out of the cinema, and there were people wailing in the cinema.
Had to control a couple of girls in the toilet.
Leah's had to calm them down, bless them.
I mean, my thoughts are they're gonna get the time stone back. They're gonna reverse it. Doctor Strange has seen what's happened here.
He's got a plan.
He's got a plan. He's got a little plan to get them all back, I reckon. And this is why he was so calm when they went, I think.
Yeah, nice little moment with Tony Stark, actually. Doctor Strange. They had a bit of an arrogant face-off, which was quite nice. There was quite a lot of that going on.
He's a bit of a problem, isn't he, old Starky?
Yeah.
He's had a few issues with a few people, hasn't he, in the last kind of few series.
He generally does to begin with. Lovely to see Guardians.
And then they all become best mates, don't they?
They tend to, yeah. Lovely to see the Guardians and the Avengers teaming up. Obviously, inevitably, they're fighting each other at first for no real reason. They both think each other's with Thanos, but it's obviously
I did think that
more of a plot device. But, yeah.
I did think that Captain America would have had a bit more of a feature.
Very sidelined.
Yeah, very sidelined. And it does seem a little bit as if Thor and old Cappy have swapped looks a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, again, there's a lovely little...
Nice
without quoting, there's some really nice little moments. There's some good bro-offs. That's not a great...
Bro-off.
Bro-off?
Yeah, there was a little puffy chest moment between Thor and old...
Cap.
No?
Oh, with Star-Lord.
Star-Lord, yeah.
Early on.
Nice little moment there.
That was lovely.
I thought the film
A lot of
started
the comedy came from...
Started off with a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
Started off funny. It started off quite a lot like Guardians, actually, as a whole.
Yeah.
Then it got quite serious.
Yeah.
Things got pretty deep.
Tonally, an interesting one, because it was pretty dark. There was a lot of comedy, but it was certainly, I think, the darkest of the Marvel sort of cinematic universe, really, in terms of actually what went down with the big purple fad.
Yeah, and usually at the end, when you wait for the credits to go, there's like a little glimmer of hope or a little bit of comedy at the end, and it all just seemed a little bit like hope was lost.
Very somber. It actually, the very end of the film was actually strangely peaceful, I thought.
What, with Thanos looking out into the sunset?
Thanos just looking out into the sunset like the big purple hero that he is.
But he will.
No, he's a terrible bit of work.
Oh, but in a way, you can't help but have a slight little bit of empathy for him, can you? I don't know.
It's a
funny one.
It's a strange.
You hate him, but at the same time, there's a little something, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's his love for Gamora, isn't it?
Yeah, he genuinely loved Gamora.
Poor old Nebula.
Yeah, God, that was horrendous.
She's been through it, isn't she? She doesn't deserve that.
Yeah. Well, that harked back to what she was talking about in Guardians 2, where Thanos would literally take her apart and put her back together, and we actually got to see that, which was quite harrowing.
I thought quite a bit of it was like that, actually.
Yeah.
It was a little bit gorier than the rest of them, I thought.
Yeah.
There was.
It was gorier. It was darker. Thanos right off the bat, you could see what he was all about. They didn't really waste much time in saying that he's clearly the biggest badass in the galaxy.
Can we talk about Spider-Man's new suit?
I think we can talk about Spider-Man's
new suit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Pretty good.
When it was revealed in Spider-Man: Homecoming, right at the end, the Iron Spider suit. Just looking at the suit as a big Spider-Man fan, I wasn't completely sold on it, but when you see it in action with everything it can do with the actual spider legs and everything, even though Leah hates spiders, did you actually like the spider legs, or did they freak you out?
Oh, they freaked me out.
Yeah, I thought they might.
Freaked me out. Reminded me a bit of Dr. Rock.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, Spider Rock. But it was awesome. Yeah, some amazing Spidey moments.
I thought there'd be more in Wakanda, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Very heavily set in space. It was a bit Star Wars come Star Trek, a little bit Lord of the Rings, a little bit Harry Potter at times.
Yeah.
A certain type of Voldemort character.
Yeah. Well, there's been some sci-fi elements across the MCU over the 10 years, but I think none more so than this one. Maybe even including the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I mean, it was. Yeah, you never really spent much time in Earth at all. No,
and I mean Bruce Banner. I mean, he had a bit of a problem. He couldn't come out, could he?
Couldn't get his mojo.
The little Hulky couldn't find his way out, could he?
No. Well, old Hulky got to feel the full force of Thanos straight away.
Early doors. I mean, it's quite rare actually for a movie to start. Something with that much impact to start with, so heavy on the villain.
Yeah, well, his story really. Thanos' film.
Oh, totally.
Thanos' film.
Heavily around. I mean, he was in nearly every scene.
Yeah.
Heavy on the villain.
Yeah. Waited a long time to properly see him. He's been sort of glimmered at the end of the first Avengers. You see him turn around with his big. And then again in.
It's quite a chin, isn't it?
It's quite a chin.
It's quite a chin.
It's quite a. Yeah.
Quite.
Yeah, what Star-Lord?
You got quite a nice chin.
Thanks very much. Not a Thanos chin, is it?
Depends how you slept on it, I suppose.
Yeah, it can look a bit Thanos. Yeah, fantastic villain. Absolutely fantastic villain.
Great. I'm looking forward to seeing the next part of it.
Yeah,
really.
I wouldn't say that all the heroes had their time in the sun actually in this one, and it's an incredibly difficult balancing act, I think, for two directors to try and bring everything together. So many different franchises into one thing. I think it's an extremely difficult task for the Russos, which they did brilliantly, but impossible to give every main character, like you said. Steve Rogers sidelined,
very sidelined.
Bucky sidelined. Black Panther
hardly anything from
hardly
Winter
anything Winter Soldier, hardly anything Black Panther. I think the trailers looked like it was going to be much more in Wakanda.
Yeah, I mean Black Panther. I mean, apart from get this man a shield and Wakanda forever. Nice.
The big battle cry. But Tony Stark was in it a lot.
Who didn't make an appearance in it in this one?
Little fella.
Well, Ant-Man didn't.
And Hawkeye. Oh,
and Hawkeye.
And they kept saying that. And actually, we did get to see the fan screening. We saw the sort of 20-25 minutes of footage, and the Russos were like, "Oh yeah, where's Hawkeye? Where is he?" Which made me think that he was going to have some sort of
heroic
appearance. But I think probably that's going to be in the next one. That's going to be
in the next one, I think.
Yeah.
He can't just lay low when all his best mates are fighting like that, can he?
No, I definitely think he's going to play quite a big part in it, because there's been too much made of his absence from all of the promotional material, and in the end he's not in the film. So
it didn't shake me too much, because you can't lose that many main characters and not. Thanos rewound time and brought Vision back to take out the final stone. I thought, this is something that they're going to use. I think this is something Doctor Strange has seen, and
yes,
that's why he was so peaceful when he floated off into the distance.
Yeah,
they'll be back.
They're definitely going to be back. But yeah, so instead of at the end where you normally get the Avengers will return in, no, none of that.
Thanos will return.
Just that.
So, 5-star rating. What would you give it out of 5?
I would give it a solid 4. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'd give it a 4.5, 4.5 if you can give it a half star. I feel like it needs a half star. It was clean. The colours were fantastic. Visually, it was amazing. There was constant action. You're constantly on the edge of your seat. Yeah. Predictability, some of it.
Yeah. Who is your man or woman of the match?
It's got to be Thor, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I'm going to agree with that.
Thor had a pretty heroic
Thor
moment.
absolutely smashed it with the Stormbreaker.
Smashed it.
Yeah. Which is even more formidable than the hammer that Hela smashed to smithereens in Ragnarok. I just love I think they finally realised what to do with Thor. And I love what they're doing with the character. It's
taken to this point for him to really shine.
It's taken a long time.
And
a lot
Loki,
of films.
gone.
Oh yeah.
Just like throwaway.
Straight away, and I think
within the first 5 minutes.
This time, definitely.
Well, yeah.
Heimdall, there was obviously a lot of rumours that one of the stones was with Heimdall because his eyes were orange. No.
Early doors.
Gone.
Within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanda.
Oh, woman of the moment.
Wanda had some lovely moments in there, I thought, which we did predict. Actually, we did think.
But still, she hasn't used her powers.
No.
To the best of her ability.
Some very powerful stuff between her and Vision as well. I thought.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't seen it and we haven't spoiled it for you, go see it.
I mean, that might have spoiled it for them. There's a lot of spoilers.
Not spoilers.
Yeah.